Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Broken Lords on Endless. Last time, Purple settled in a place that I wish they had not settled. And apparently that's all it takes. It's time for war. Okay, I'm very impressed with your boats. I don't even have... I do have one naval city. They could theoretically run artillery ships around. I think we'll be alright. So let's do it. Let's murder some bugs. Let me make sure all my ducks are in a row here. Is there anything we need to do before we do this? We haven't met any of the other players. We're making okay money. In 4 turns, we'll have the next step of our faction quest. I don't think I want to wait. It's too long of a wait. We could rush it. We could probably cut a couple of turns off of it, maybe just one though. Because the thing is, remember, we're so close to that tech that gives us dust for all of the XP we earn in combat, and I really, really want that. Well, I think we're gonna threaten. Threaten? I think we're gonna murder. I think we're gonna take Eopoli from him, and then we have to defend against this. Kajnor has a real garrison. Does not currently have a hero because I moved its hero to Gimael. He can move back, especially if we successfully take Eopoli. It will be wise for us to move him back. Alright, yeah, let's do it. I am declaring war. Eopoli will never be more vulnerable than it is right now. We probably can just auto this. He slightly misplaced this city. Right, because it would be better for me if it were over here. We'd trade out 3 tiles that are just one industry for a tile that's just one industry and 2 that are 2 science, 1 industry. Yeah, it's just better. So does this have any significant buildings yet? No, nothing. Okay, that being the case, we are going to... Oh, I can't salt the earth. Oh, you know what? They may have made a change that makes it so you can't salt the earth the first turn you take it or something. Whatever, I'll just have it do nothing for the moment. Because what we really want to do is we want to salt the earth and then move the city over to here. In case you're not familiar with what salt the earth does, it basically just packs the city back up into a settler, and then you can take the settler somewhere else. But it destroys any buildings that exist in the city. So obviously you want to do it when there's nothing going on in the city, if at all possible. That dragged our empire happiness down quite a bit. Yep. So, what is the cooldown time? Okay, so we could reassign him pretty quickly. We do want to get the watchtower finished, though. We'll queue a public library next. It's going to take me a minute to actually be in position. We don't want to recommit you to the garrison until after the settler comes out. We're 2 turns off of right-of-way in the other 2 cities, which will mean it's a lot faster to reinforce from them. Not to mention that our dust output will get pretty good. So let's take the settler and eject him. You get into the city garrison. You get running. And our army has orders. Because I think we want to push on this city next. Yeah, I think they made a change so that you can't salt the earth in a city until it's above a certain ownership percentage. Which is a shame. That's why we're not committing to... I guess we could commit to making a building, like, there's no reason not to just put effort into the Empire Mint. Yeah, not really. Not an exciting turn here. I suppose we want to stay to the north of the mountains so that it's easier to react if something comes in from this side toward Iapoli. Yeah, unfortunately, the Empire happiness drop from picking up Iapoli has really hurt our dust income. Alright, Lord Peyton Quinn, get your resource gaining on. Alright, so we probably will end up needing additional troops. The Megapole still hasn't been built anywhere. That's interesting. Out of curiosity, if we wanted to build it in Kajnor, it would be 12 turns? Think about it, man. The city could have even more industry. It's actually not... Like, I'm being a little silly. It's not that bad of an idea. We could build it here and pick up this other anomaly, and that way if we triangle like this, it still goes to level 2. We can't build troops in the city anyway because of the garrison, although we could pop the garrison out and start troop building. Pretty torn about that, actually. And we don't have any idea what Naquakik is like, but we do know that it has an adamantine deposit. Do we see... Does the land up here look any good? Oof. Not really. Alright. I'm just going to keep checking this to see when the Salt the Earth option shows up. Alright, so Kalal and... Like, we do need alchemy workshops. We're having some serious research issues because we haven't built up a lot of science recently. I'm trying to figure out if I think that it's worth it to build an alchemy workshop over pushing more troops. We do have 12 functional troops right now. And it would help us a lot if we could get our science on. Because we're going to need to pick up some stuff, obviously. Oh, Kajnor, sure. So does Kajnor want an altar to pick up that other anomaly while we wait to see how things are going to shake out? Do we want to eject this army and start building new stalwarts? Oh, we can retrofit the Kikators now, since we assimilated their race. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Let's give them titanium weapons. Let's give them glass steel weapons, actually, because we're a little tight on titanium right now. A little bit of this. Actually, the stalwarts are out of date, right? We could be up an armor tier here. Okay. How expensive is that retrofit? 185. Okay, I just need a little bit more dust, guys. You're already on dust. Let's do this for one turn. Yeah, tell you what. Let's make this city as hard to take as possible. Because we may need to, we may lose our army, something crazy might happen, we may have to fall back to Kajnor being a defense. Oh, Empire Plan time. We could reduce unit costs. I don't think that's terribly important to do. There's no... I don't... Is 25 approval better than... What's our approval value right now? 25 approval would push us up into high happy at 76%. That's actually mid happy. And then we'd have to find another 14% approval somewhere if we wanted to get up into fervent. Because moving up from content to happy is plus 15% dust and plus 15% science. Which means that losing the 20% science for it is not a big deal. But I really wish we had enough influence to do this. The amount of extra dust we get out of this trait is more than plus 15% dust, that's for sure. I think we're going to stick with this for now. We'll bank a little bit of influence. Also, purple is losing land. This was absolutely purple. So that actually might bode really well for us. Purple might be a little too distracted to fight back correctly. Oh wow, Emosi has actually a significant number of units in it and a pretty high fortification value. My fortification damage is 27, so we would have to spend 2 full turns pillaging this Delver's city. I think we might pillage the village for the dust. Right, is it worth it to just commit? And we gotta start bringing down the fortifications, but it's gonna take so many turns. Maybe Kajnor's army needs to come out and help. Right, what is the fortification damage value? It's another 20. Well, that would make it only about 7 turns to bring their fortifications down. That's better. It's still pretty bad. There's still a tile unrevealed. I should fix that. Yeah, let's siege. Alright, in 4 turns we're on dust refineries, which is a big deal. Actually, you know what? Why don't you, instead of doing that, why don't you go pillage this while it's going to be hard for them to respond? Because that's some dust and some resources that might actually be valuable to us. Alright, Gamaliel is moving the faction quest along. Very pleased about that. Alright, we have received a free hero. Okay, this is like the most important part of our thing. So, where are we close to building up? Nowhere, really. Oh, they popped some units out. I don't see any settlers here. That's disconcerting. If we fought, you know what? I think I want to keep these guys close enough to participate in combat. So we'll just burn this minor faction village here. If I run down to the extractor, then these guys are out of range. Okay, open wounds has triggered at a good time for us, just as we're getting aggressive. So Martin de Ildan de Saluzzo needs to be committed to a city, and that city needs to gain population and districts. Well, Therat is closest to being able to do that because it has a free district in it already. It doesn't have quite the industry output of Kajnor, which means that it will take longer to actually build the districts. But I do want to level up the museum anyway. So why don't we move Peyton Quinn to Kajnor? Put Saluzzo to work here. And give him one of these. Oh, and I guess we should spend some of his points. Okay. And then, yeah, let's let's refocus this city on moving the faction quest forward, because it really, really is a big deal. Alright, we're going to have to buy some population there as well. Okay, is there something... I feel like there was something else I was going to do, and now I don't remember what. Well, let's go and have a look at this region. So, not a lot of really compelling tiles. We may end up just settling near the water for the dust from the water, but I'd like to get a settle that has some industry. And Neapolis is still not burnable. Empire approval is slowly climbing as Neapolis becomes more and more consigned to its fate as a Broken Lord city. Hopefully that will continue. Alright, please hurry with this. Hey, 80 dust, not bad. Okay, they decided it was time. Fair enough. Let's do it. Okay, so they have an army nearby with some pretty old units in it. These units here, the ones that are starting the fight, are pretty scary though. Here's some legitimately threatening dudes. Like even the foragers, well, this forager is over 100 damage. So what do they have? They a Necrodrone 5 and a Necrodrone 4 and a Forager 5, which are all pretty scary. This army has Necrodrones 3 and 2, which are like, these guys are so much worse than these two Necrodrones, and these ones are still pretty bad for us. I'm glad we moved everybody up. Oh, I retrofitted the Kekators and then didn't, or I gave them a new design and then didn't retrofit them. Well, not ideal. Alright, let's do it. This is gonna hurt. So... I don't really want to fight them in their city. Obviously, I'd like to make them come out. Just trying to figure out what is the appropriate amount of surface area to expose to them. Something like this isn't too bad. Stalwarts are fast enough that they'll be able to join the battle relatively quickly, even if they don't get to start right up on the front. Ah, damn it, they are bringing in the reinforcements. I had a brief hope there that they would choose to fight us with just the one army. So yeah, this is going to be a bloodbath. Well, it better work out in our favor, or else we are in deep shit, basically. Why don't you guys try to focus on this one? I'm going to assume that this Necrodrone is going to come this way instead of going up this way. We'll see. To a certain... my targeting orders are tricky because so few of my units are going to actually get to pick what they want to attack. Ugh, 104, Jesus. Yeah, they're doing way too much damage. That unit dying on the first turn is horrific because when a unit that has the necrophage disease on it dies, it spreads the necrophage disease to everything adjacent. So this guy pushed it back to the hero, and then if the hero dies with it on, it's going to hit everybody, and things are going to get bad. Alright, we have a lot of dudes. Okay, we're starting to trade a little bit favorably. 104. Some of these guys must have adamantine and palladium weapons. But remember, they actually don't have that many units that are doing really high damage. We just have to manage to take out a couple of these things. If we can take out the highest value units, that is to say the necro drones and that one forager, then we'll be pretty advantaged against the rest of his units. It's just a matter of surviving to that point. Although he's getting damage and a half on a lot of, basically all of his attacks all the time here. It's hurting. The really big units are only dealing normal damage, but he's getting, off of those like second tier foragers and stuff, he's getting damage and a half a lot, which hurts. Okay, 74, good counterattack from our guy there. Come on, just finish him. Yes! Alright, that's one of the dangerous units dead. This one might die on his turn when he attacks. You guys, just try to focus. This is pretty bad. I mean, for these cake tours. These poor cake tours are gonna die, like, immediately. Come on. 0. Alright. You guys need to, like, do some damage, though. You can't just deal 0 all the time. Alright, kill. So that's 2 of the necro drones down. He's only got 2 left. We're out of reinforcements. He actually burned through all of my units. We are... Yeah, we lost our whole army. Alright, well... That sucks. I should have tried to negotiate this. With his city sieged, him having lost a city, his city sieged, and us having lost nothing yet, I should have seen if he would go for a truce. I was just hoping that blue would be distracting him enough that he wouldn't be able to commit that many units. Okay, so... Turns out we have to refocus. It's going to be a little bit rough. And the absolute best case scenario is that it takes 10 turns for us to get, or well, 9 more turns, for us to get the very important tech online. Yep, we really still can't be... Do you have to have full control of a city to salt it? I do it so rarely that I'm obviously not 1000% on the rules here. You should probably get on this eventually, but really your best contribution right now would be dust. So what's it cost to buy out one of these stalwarts? 551. Okay. Honestly, at this point, if Eopoly actually gets the Empire Mint finished, I don't know that I even will bother to salt it. So, it looks like that may not be happening. Okay, the altar, and this borough, and then another borough beyond, which is going to require me to buy 2 population. Oof. Okay, so what do we see here? This is a food-based anomaly. Do we have a quest from these guys? We do not. So I'll try a parlay over here. We'll see what's up. 2 blood crystal deposits in this region. Some glass steel. How much does it cost to buy out a titanium extractor? 103. That's pricey. We do need more titanium, though. Well, we can build some Kekators with the glass steel in the interim, but it's not totally ideal. Yeah, they were far more likely to accept a truce when we had an overwhelming military advantage. Sorry, we never had an overwhelming military advantage, but back when we had a big military, I mean. Yeah, let's get smelting station, and then this. Okay, and it turns out dust refinery is 1,000 times more important than the alchemy workshop. Well, but the alchemy workshop will help us push up to the next class of weapons. It's going to take the city so long to build the alchemy workshop that it won't matter. Approval level's still climbing, but slowly. Oh, I forgot to have these guys do the thing I was going to have them do. $16 Palladian. Alright, they're getting pacified through violence. Nothing. Bummer, man. Alright, well, purple has not cracked back at us yet. That's good. Let's get real Kata out here. Try to look ready. I guess the best thing to do would be to stand somewhere where I can try to respond to pushes at either Iapoli or Kajnor with a single turn of movement. Could rush this. No, I still need to buy the citizens for the next borough, though, don't I? So the next one's going to be 193, okay. We're a little tight on resources. Everything kind of is happening at the same time here. Somebody was just removed from the game. Pink. Pink was up here when we saw them during the one abortive attempt, right? So I guess purple must have successfully warred on them. Alright, so we can see this whole region now. Where is the settling location? Wow, this is a crummy region. Jeez, where do we settle in this garbage pit? 536? 3312 maybe? Take advantage of all the water. Because the vast majority of the tiles here are pretty bad. Honestly, I think that's the move. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, Iapoli is still not saltable even at 72%, so it must be that you have to go all the way to max control. Well, it is what it is. Yeah, I may as well let him finish the Empire Mint at this rate. That's fine. It's not too far off of where I would have put it. So let's buy the last citizen for this. Gets us one turn off of the borough. Kajnor just needs to pump dudes out. I think purple might be a little too distracted to come back at us. So somebody's built a guardian. Alright, so 4 turns until this, 5 turns until the borough. So in 5 turns we'll have access to our very, very powerful faction building. Wait, let me... Alright. Yeah, that didn't change anything, okay. The Quakic is just gonna be in rough shape for a little while. fine. It started getting us the dust right away. That is definitely worth something. We're just trying to be in a reasonable, defensible position here. It's a good city, too. I'd love to take it. Especially with it having an adamantium deposit. It's going to be a little harder than I was hoping, though. Alright, 3 turns, and then we have smelting station available. We can start getting palladium in. We went from having 1 strategic deposit from this era to having 3 pretty quickly. It's just a matter of actually getting them. Okay, we should buy some citizens for an Aquakic, probably. And for Kajnor, which needs to continue to be a production powerhouse. Or needs to become one again, depending on how you do things. Alright, his units have not been able to heal for this entire time. Remember, that's possibly part of what's been holding him back, is that he doesn't come back at... He can't come back at us safely with his guys all torn up, especially if he doesn't have the vision necessary to know exactly what we have. Okay, Peyton Quinn. Get that dust. Alright, we lost a lot of units, but keep in mind, this is actually still a net positive for us because we took a city. Yeah, at this point I think we're just going to deal with the city being very slightly incorrectly placed. We'll build out into the appropriate positions. So you guys now want to do this. Kind of want to get this city functional if we're not going to move it. Alright, you need to get your Palladium Extractor up, please, quickly. And then I'm assuming that we're talking about just like a crazy number of turns here. How much is it to buy one of these out? It's like 1,000? 705. Oh, right, because I already have prisoner slaves and volunteers, don't I? Yeah, okay. Alright, Kalal needs... We need a lot of stuff. I mean, really, it's to our benefit at this point to negotiate some kind of peace with Purple. I don't think he's probably getting any more amenable to it, unfortunately, but I would love to not be at war with him anymore. He's going to want his city back, I reckon. Why don't we just stay right here, since this is apparently the place that... Ah, yes. Okay. Dust Crematorium means that combat is now super, super great for us, and we are in a much better place than we were even very recently. Unfortunately, Kajnor really has to stay focused on pumping out units. I'm definitely concerned about the vulnerability of Eopoli. Get it out of your system. But, I mean, the city's just not... It's not in a position to be able to do any better than it's doing, really. So how expensive are heroes right now? We can get a hold of a Bishop Julian, which is fine but not that great, or a John Port the Shadow, who is pretty good for a little under 600. Or we can just buy a bunch of citizens, which I think is the better play at this point. There's so many places in our empire where we need more people. Alright, Empire Plan is coming up. Let's try to be 480. So right now we have 6 turns left of income before the Empire Plan, which is going to put us at about... We're actually not that far off. 6 turns of income at this rate puts us at 462? Yeah, 462, I think. So we really don't have to generate that much more. We could move a citizen somewhere to approval or to influence, and that would probably be enough. No, wait, I did some math wrong somewhere there. Because we're gonna have six more gains. We need to have we need to gain 130 influence over that time, so we need 22. 21 is just barely not going to cut it. Yeah, alright. I mean, as long as he's not going to push back on us, we're just going to keep rebuilding. When we have an actual army again, we can maybe threaten him. The AI cities are better enough than ours that it really will be to our benefit to steal some that are actually developed. Eopoli was a little too early in its placement to be of any real use to us. Obviously, bread and circuses is going to be great, lowering our expansion disapproval. Hopefully will help us push up into fervent in combination with the Empire Plan. So do I want to give Real Kata? Can we afford a bow? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to. Oh, did you seriously have no... I can't believe it. Alright. Well, here's a solution to a problem. You have Army Attack Boost 3, so we can give you... It would be best if we just used the glass steel trinkets, because we kind of are a little tight yet on titanium. But, I mean, this is significant. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do this? Oh, we should, shield. Okay, Real Kata. +1 vision on army. That doesn't really do anything for us in this situation. Alright, another city conducting trade routes. It's very helpful to our dust. Ah, here it comes. Things are starting to get really good. Plus 15% dust on city is, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, really significant. This step of our faction quest is it's gonna be a while. We gotta get our cities into shape and developed outward quite a bit more before that's gonna be feasible. In my opinion, the best way to generate a lot of influence is to build out your cities and level up your... what do you call it? Level up your districts. So, this is still available. It would be pretty cool to have. We definitely need to finish at least this army. Alright, and then Gimiel, which is not in any immediate danger, can pick up... We really need to get as many dust refineries online as we can, as quickly as we can, so maybe I should refocus the city onto industry. Because, like, if I put this on here, by this point of population, and then move you guys over to industry, 14 turns still. Jesus. Dust refineries are very expensive. Well, I think we need the dust more. I get working on it. We'll swap some people over. Alright, Kalala's producing a little bit less money. So I think this is okay for them. Alright, we finally have some income of the new strategics. Yes, please do get that done, and then also this. So it looks to me like, from the way that the swords down here were paired, it looks like blue is fighting purple and also red at the same time, maybe? Alright, things are going to shake up quite a bit in a minute here. So we're going to hit bread and circuses at the same time as we hit our empire plan. Alright, let's get all of this stuff going. Keep working really hard on industry. On population, rather. Alright, so we have just enough to do this. Okay, we're at 43 right now. Obviously, the Empire plan doesn't go into effect at the beginning of next turn, so it'll push us immediately up to 70... Or sorry, to 68. I don't know why I thought... Anyway, to 68, and then we're going to lose some expansion disapproval, which is going to push us higher. And then as we get, like, stuff like the sewers getting built in the rest of our cities... Because right now we have Eopoli and Nequakic both don't have sewer systems. I'm assuming Therat is... Oh no, Therat is not even fervent, even with the level 2 Museum of Auriga. Okay, well, it's getting there. And you guys just stay put. You're doing a fine job at the thing you're doing, I guess. Alright, so. We're starting to get able to defend ourselves again, maybe. Alright, Dust Alchemy is next. More things that allow us to bring in more dust. And where do we end up here? 78. For some reason, I think this isn't reporting the increased dust. Obviously, we're actually happy. We should be getting plus 15% stuff. So from 78, we need 12 more points of approval to make it to fervent. Purple's still not interested in anything approximating a truce. And we're still just rebuilding. Working hard on getting these dust refineries up, which are game-changingly powerful for us. I think the next citizen is going to be Kajnor. The citizens in Kajnor are very efficient. Very good at making a lot of different kinds of things. And then we need to build Kajnor out a little bit more, too. Do I want to go for this? I'm going to do it. Nobody else is doing it. I'm doing it. If we did get it, imagine how quickly Kajnor would build units. And as soon as this army has the ability to move again, we're going to have a little peek at Emilcy and see if we can figure out what the situation is. 7, 420, so they fortified it even more. We can go down and harass. Try to pillage this extractor. I wonder if he would react to that. I don't want to provoke him into attacking us. He seems to be pretty busy right now, and I kind of like him being busy, obviously. But if we can get away with it, it is a thing that has value. Alright, so we're at plus 203 when it's not winter. That's nice. We had a couple of... Okay, I saw a Dust Guardian there very briefly. We are so close to being able to do this in one turn. Oh no, he researched the thing that gives his buildings extra, his tile improvements, extra fortification health. So it's actually going to take us 3 turns, not 2, to bring this down. Ooh, I sure hope that is the winter effect. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. We need to send units out to pick up the pearls in our neighborhood. Out of curiosity, what are the scores looking like? It's hard to tell if purple ate pink or not. Like, probably they did, but also pink... I mean, pink could have been eliminated by whoever was behind them over here. It's tough to say. Alright, another extractor up. This is coming along. I don't know, you guys. Things are going okay, but it's like we're in a really precarious position here. Let's keep fighting hard to get that approval level up. The Quackik just built sewers, right? Yeah. Well, let's get that done. Oh, we do need this. Yeah, badly enough that let's focus on it. Alright, so... Oh, there's no, We do have Peyton Quinn available. Alright, we need to keep buying governors, obviously, and, we're getting to the point where population is starting to be expensive. Oh, except Kajnor, actually. Kajnor's population is so efficient. We're also able to take a couple of turns off the megapole by doing that. And remember, if we're going to expand Kajnor out, it needs enough population to build a couple more boroughs anyway. So we are 4 techs off of this? Yeah, 4 techs off of the move up. We do have blood crystals, which are helpful. It's actually pretty relevant. Yeah, okay, let's get Reaping Station. He has not yet responded to the pillage. If he's just gonna let me take it, I'm going to. Oh, somebody else finally did build it. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Ah, he's counter-pillaging us. Annoying, but unfortunately there really isn't too much that I can do about it. I'm assuming that the army doing this is significant. As soon as Kajnor finishes its refinery, we get back on building more troops. And let's start picking up more heroes. So, Peyton Quinn, you are definitely the call. What cities do I have that are on Dust right now? Actually, we don't have citizens assigned to Dust very much. Just Gimail, and Gimail has Jocelyn. Well, Eopoli currently doesn't have a governor. And Kalal currently doesn't have a governor. Also Naquakik, but Naquakik's busy. I'm just wondering which of these cities is going to get reassigned to Dust first. It's probably this one. So let's put the new Lord Peyton Quinn III in here. Hook him up with this. Oh, I actually only have 45 Dust right now. I could just barely afford him. How much dust did I get from that? 90? That's not too bad. So we can go pillage this. He stopped pillaging my thing for some reason. I do wish I had this watchtower. $148 damage. Yeah. Love that truce. Alright, so let's see here about stalwart upgrades. Alright, first of all, did not upgrade their shields all the way. Let's get them personal damage boost and probably movement. $1071 and 32. Ugh. Well, I can start slowly upgrading them one by one. But, like, even with the upgrades, we're looking at 60 damage and we're still outclassed. It's dangerous. So we can actually fight back on numbers a little bit once we have a solid ability to fight them. Yeah, let's start doing retrofits one by one. We need to be as ready as possible. Because one of the best ways to generate the money that we need at this point in the game is going to be to do some fighting. What's my approval level? 82? Getting there. Alright, Saluzzo getting mining authority is big because obviously it affects this. Oh, I didn't realize we had 2 blood crystal deposits here as well. It's gonna be a lot of blood crystals. I'd love to try to pick off this Skoros. If we could get to him in a way that doesn't lead to us also getting gotten to. Alright, so we're on 2.5 now. It's a start. But what, the upgrade cost for one of these guys is 6? 5.4. So we're still looking at 3 turns for each upgrade. You know, we need to go back and get this. This will be our next tech. Because we're going to need it. So I don't really want to attack him here because the backup from the city is going to prove to be a little scary, I think. If we could just attack Skoros, I might. If we had a good opportunity on that. Alright, well, our dust generation is getting really good. We definitely need to try to get our approval up just a little bit more. It would be really nice if we had those blood crystals running already. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a Titan Bone deposit over here as well. That is something that I actually would really like to get up. Okay, we're just outside. I thought we were just outside the reinforcement range of the city. Did I... It won't let me check the engagement range now. Well, let's see if this works out. Okay, yeah, he didn't want to do that. If you can start in on somebody's Guardian, their units are going to trickle in defensive positions so slowly that you may be able to get them to not want to engage in the combat at all. Alright, and remember, Real Kata is caught up already, has a real weapon and everything. So this army's not in terrible shape. Did I remember to allocate that point? I did, okay. some militia in Kajnor gaining levels. So yeah, we want this up as quickly as possible. Therat, after finishing the dust refinery, is going to actually let's pull you guys back. Therat is definitely going to go for those blood crystals. Once we have a couple of what do you call it's going? Once we have a couple of boosters going, it should not be too hard to keep our approval levels at fervent. So do I want to... Well, we're going to need one more citizen in Kajnor at least to finish building out the... Oh no, we're going to need a bunch more than that, actually, to finish building out a triangle shape. Sorry, I was still doing the math as though we had finished the megapole. So there was quite a while there where we could have actually gotten it. I was always so worried that the AI was not going to let me finish it. So do we want to buy population in Kajnor? Just trying to figure out what the best play is here as he encroaches on our territory. Well, we can add another population to Kajnor, and then, unfortunately, we just don't have the opportunity to build troops. We could make a second group of troops that... We can make a second design that uses adamantine and build one of those. That would allow me to at least run a troop. Excuse me. A troop build while we're waiting for enough palladium to build up. 4 turns until we have access to the market. It's kind of a heartbreaking wait. So a mercenary army is not going to get very much done. We could buy a mercenary boat, but I also don't know how much... Well, a mercenary vessel has some value. There's not a lot of owning of the oceans going on. Purple apparently has the best navy, but we don't know what that really means. It might mean that they are the only person who has any ships. Oh yeah, see, look, I did this tile is totally inside the... I did misread. So what if we attacked these guys like this? Then it would just be these two and that half-health guardian against our army plus defensive forces. This is a level... These guys are both level 9. Jesus. The hero's not very good, though. We could just swarm them down. We're going to lose guys, definitely, but we could swarm down. You only have 832 health left. I don't know. This is tough. It's tough to know what the right way to engage is. I'd love it if the Guardian would just move slightly. What if I wish it would let me figure this out. So if this guy's like this... So actually, if we move to here and then attack the Guardian, the city wouldn't be in play. Because you can just imagine this shifted up into the right 1 hex. Or I guess, yeah, up into the right 1 hex. So... At the beginning of our turn, that's the move. We move to here and then we attack really quickly before he can do anything. And yeah, I guess we buy a citizen here. We can rush this. I don't know. I don't know that that's worth doing. We have 1085. We don't really want any of these heroes. Not particularly. Industry Boost 2 is fine. Yeah, I guess let's just buy a bunch of population all over the place. Well, we could rush some important buildings, too. Actually, you know what? Rushing these is valuable for more than just getting the city's queue open, right? Having those some number of turns earlier is a big deal. I'll push Eopoly up to... Alright, remember, we get XP even if we just force them to run, and XP is money at this point. So here's a question. Actually, do I attack the Guardian? Because if I attack the Guardian, I think that without my action point, I can't come in as reinforcements to the fight here. And maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I want to make sure that I have my action point for whatever he's going to do. Because as it is, he could just walk over to Kajnor and attack it, and that would be pretty tough for me to defend. Peyton could use some upgrades. Give him a sword. I don't want to give him a sword without giving him actual gear to go with the sword. So how much upgrading can we do right now? Not a lot. Because I don't want to commit a significant portion of our very tight strategic supply to a unit that's just going to die as soon as it gets hit in combat, right? Maybe I just give him a titanium sword. Oh, 3 dust short. Okay, well this is... He's ready to contribute. Yeah. Alright, yeah, we're gonna attack the Guardian. Here we go. 338 dust per turn, not too bad. Did I get my attack off, or did he... Okay, I got my attack off first. He didn't attack me. Alright, let's do it. I don't want him to grab the hero. There's no way we can stop him from hitting people, though. So I think we want to just start up close to him and swarm his ass right away. Start as far forward as possible. But like I said, I don't want him to be able to grab the hero. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So like here is safe? Yeah. Alright, and that's what I thought. He's not bringing in the reinforcements because he's afraid they'll just die. Probably he's correct. Alright, go get him, everybody. We're probably going to lose 2 units here, which sucks. Why would you move... Ugh. I hate it when I have to micromanage their movements. Alright, well that was 2 rounds. So if he doesn't reapply the mind control, then we should be clear of it. Although you might just, yeah, kill it. It's totally a possibility. I was kind of hoping that his attack being lowered by his dramatic morale losses would help, but even with his attack, even at -3 morale, he has 314 attack. Okay, mind control did not stick. I appreciate that he's not attacking the unit that's at really low health. That's very polite of him. Okay, so we lost a stalwart. He cast heal on himself instead of doing anything this turn. That was nice of him. Yeah, we lost 1 stalwart for a guardian. It's not too bad. Now, after we come out of the battle, we want to immediately... Nope, didn't get a chance. I was going to say we want to immediately move, like, to the left. Because I just wanted to try to make sure that the city couldn't get involved. So do I just retreat here? I think... Oh, I can't. No action point. This could be a little ugly. Well, he doesn't have a lot of great units. Even the Forager 4s are not amazing. He does have a Proliferator now. If you're not familiar with the Necrophage army, the Proliferator is an interesting unit. Its damage isn't awesome, although this one's damage is not bad. It being level 8 doesn't hurt. Jeez. But the deal is, the parasitism capacity that it has, they basically, their range attack lays an egg in your unit, and then if you die in that combat, it hatches into a new unit for them. So we have to be a little bit careful about losing units to those guys. I think this is basically right. Ah, shit, they are bringing in the reinforcements from the city. Well, this is the worst case scenario. All their units are really good. Are pretty good. Like, this guy's definitely the biggest threat. This is gonna suck, though. Well, it should have a couple of... The hero's not actually anything particularly scary, right? And we can't have everybody attack the Necrodrone anyway. So let's have a couple of people try to deal with this guy. I'm like legitimately shocked that his stun didn't go off. Oh, it's gonna get disease all over us. Where are you going? What the hell was this move? Alright, we gotta get rid of the Necrodrones first. Yeah, here they come. Getting all up in my hero. My units are all taking whatever path is longest to get to the target. The aggressive stance does not do what it advertises. If you are currently able to attack an enemy and you have no way of attacking your target, you should attack the thing you can attack. It's ridiculous that they do this thing when they just try to like run the long way around a cliff, a path that's going to take them 4 turns to reach the enemy, provided nobody else moves. Just attack the thing you can already hit. Stop being ridiculous. 220. We got a maximum damage result from an enemy with extremely high damage. Alright, finally, a little bit of progress made. We lost our hero, which sucks, but no, everybody, you had orders already. Just continue to follow those orders. Yeah, we're getting run the fuck over here. The Necrodrone is fleeing. I don't know why. It apparently could kill our entire army by itself, apparently. I say apparently 3 times there. Ah, stun. The stun is frustrating because your unit doesn't counterattack even on the attack that deals the stun. Yeah, he just got a free unit there. Well, we might, this battle, we may reload before this battle and try it again at the beginning of the next episode, because it was a little ridiculous that so many of our units decided they needed to run backwards around the cliff face and not participate in the battle until half of our army was dead. So we'll correct the game's mistakes on that one. So yeah, you can see he got this Battleborn unit. Battleborn are pretty good. I'm not sure exactly how their stats scale. I'm assuming it just has to do with the area you're in, but pretty good units. Yeah, so we're going to make a save. I'm going to end the episode, and then I'm going to make a save from an autosave last turn or 2 turns ago, and we'll give that another go. So come back next time. I feel like we have a reasonable situation here from which to fight. We're starting to make a lot of money. We have the really important parts of our faction quest done. So come back next time and we're going to see if we can't turn this into some kind of victory. And we'll see you then.